Hey, Robert Hensley with Mike Meltzer today on SportsRadio610.com. Mike's filling in for Rich, who had jury duty today. And one of the hot topics of the day was the LeBron James thing coming back up again. LeBron James and his agent, his manager, I should say, Maverick Carter, did an interview last night on CNN in which they said part of the reason, or perhaps the main reason, for the negative backlash about LeBron's decision to go to Miami was race. That race was a factor in why so many people turned on LeBron James after he decided to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. You think race was a factor, Mike?
I personally don't. Listen, a lot of people always say race is a factor in a lot of different cases, and I don't disagree with that. But I think in this specific case, LeBron to me is playing the victim card as much as he's playing the race card. He's saying, oh, everybody turned on me. But to me, listen, there's a tangible reason. It's not like the media got together and said, oh, we're just going to hate on LeBron James. There's a tangible reason. He screwed the people of Cleveland by holding that stupid decision, and the media criticized him, and the fans criticized him for that, the way he handled things. To me, it had very little to do with the race of LeBron James. If Favre pulled the same thing, he would have been treated the exact same way.
He would be, but we had Jerome Solomon on from the Chronicle, and I thought he had a good point that race was a factor. It is in a lot of these things a factor. The main factor, I don't think so. I mean, the question to ask yourself is if the tables were turned and it was Peyton Manning or it was Brett Favre, as you mentioned, leaving, would he have as much hatred thrown his way? I think they probably would, but I don't know that it would last quite as long. I'm not sure that the LeBron James thing, combined with the fact that he teamed up with his buddies and planned this out months in advance, I think that's what turned people off a lot.
Yeah, and I think the bottom line with LeBron is the guy is out of touch. If there's one thing that we have learned in the last couple of months, that's a fact, is because they sat down at a conference room and said, hey, it might be a good decision for us. They hold a decision on ESPN. And LeBron said, you know what? That would really work well for my fans. Instead, it turns into disaster. And now he's backtracking. He's playing the race card. Nobody's going to like that either. This guy is completely out of touch. And this, to me, is not even as much of an issue about the race card as is LeBron just being out of touch with what people believe about him.
He's Mike Meltzer. I'm Robert Hensley. Thanks for joining us here on SportsRadio610.com.